Hi everyone, this is Nora. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. I am here to provide a mid-year update. Things have been really hectic and really busy for me. I finished my spring semester. I had 2 weeks of a small little summer break, but I spent it mostly with family. Now I am teaching a summer course. Even though it was only one course, it is an intensive course. And I've also been very busy with a lot of activities for my kids to keep them busy during the summer. I have 3 kids and they're different ages, and so different kids require different things. All right, so let's talk about what I have right here. I am currently using my personal rings. This is the Louis Vuitton MM in the monogram design, and this is the Mulberry A6. Now, this is a true A6 because I do get a lot of questions over on Instagram, which, by the way, I'm still very active there. And as you can see, there is a difference as far as height goes and even width. So the A6 is a little bit wider. I always say that it is a little mini A5. It's a mini A5. Speaking of my A5, it did make an appearance briefly, but every time I bring the A5 back into my planner stack, I find that I am fully invested in this agenda and I kind of ignore everything. So I kind of felt like, well, I should be in one planner, but I enjoy having multiple planners, just to tell you the truth. And the other issue I always have with the GM, the A5 ring agenda, is that it's not very portable. This guy's fully stacked. I mean, as far as like, I have a full setup in here, and no, it's heavy. To me, it is heavy personally. A little bit more, and it's not going to be able to close here. And I'm kind of having a similar problem with my MM, as you can see right here. I mean, she is getting thick, and I do have to be careful because it only has 25mm rings. And I think that is a pro though with the MM because it has 30mm rings. You can always put more in here. Okay, so let's get back to what I'm using. This one is my personal agenda, meaning all my home items go here, things that I'm doing with my kids, all those type of things that I need to manage. And this one has now become my work agenda. I know my intention was to start in this agenda and continue throughout the year in the A6, specifically in the Mulberry, but I like having a lot of things in my agenda. It is my agenda, my catch-all, my everything. And this one has 23mm rings, and that kind of kept me from not going all in this agenda. I love the size. Of course, I love Mulberry and everything about it. But ultimately, I feel that with the 25mm rings in the MM, in the personal ring agenda, this works best for me. And so I have everything in here. If you did see the setup I had here, I pretty much transferred that over to here. And now in the A6, I have a very simple setup that's just for work. And I'm not here to do extensive flips or anything because I have to still share some new goodies that I purchased from Mulberry, as well as what I'm doing with my journals. So just real quick here, I do have 6 sections in here, and I'm still working on the deco. I think I pretty much have this fully set up. I can't wait to do a flip. I'm going to add a little bit more in the back here. For the most part, I feel the agenda is fully set up. And as I said, I will share more in another video. But this is just kind of a quick little glimpse. I have a couple stickers here that I mostly use. Just a couple little cards that I put in the back here. Little things like that. All right, so this one stays at home primarily, but I know that if I'm going to the doctor, I have the option of taking it with me, and I love having that, so I can have my entire life with me here. As far as overlap, there is mostly, well, I do have 2 monthlies where I have everything, and it is repeated in this monthly as well as this monthly here. But for the weeklies, it's a little bit different. So this is actually not the planner I'm in at the moment. This is the one I was in. Okay, I have a couple Mulberry, so let me just back up. I started here, okay, in the black one. And let me just open it so you can see that the inside part of it is oak, which is beautiful to me, with the gold rings. As I said, 23mm rings here, a very simple pocket configuration on the back. And that is something I will say that why I had such a difficult time picking between the A6 and the MM, because I love the pockets. And granted, I'm not doing a lot here, but regardless, I do love these pockets a little bit more because you can really, I'm not doing it this time, but in the past, I have really put a lot of deco and cards and things in here, and I just love it overall, whether I keep it very simple here or I do go in and I fill in all the slots here. And in the back, I do like that there is this pocket here as well. Now, the Mulberry does have this slip pocket here that you can put things in there, and this one. And in my previous video, when I was in this one, I did talk about how I cut some stickers and I put them in here so they would fit in here. So there's ways around to kind of make it cute and everything. And I'm going to show you my setup too that I have in my A6, because this is just the one that I'm showing you as part of my collection. So this is the outside black and the inside is oak. So this is the first Mulberry I've had for a while. The second one that I purchased and I did an unboxing of it is the oak. So this is the oak, and I'll actually leave these here so you can see the colors next to each other. This is the oak outside and in the inside as well. Okay, these are just some extra inserts that I had here. These are actually the inserts that I was using when my intentions were to use this as my main planner, and I decided to just move these over here. But a lot of these inserts are the same ones that now I have in my personal rings, which is my home main planner. All right, beautiful. The same, there's no difference as far as like the inside between the oak and the black. All right, so the next item I purchased from Mulberry, and by the way, I do have a handbag from Mulberry, the Bayswater. I'm not going to show it here because it's quite large. I do have pictures of that beauty over on my Instagram, which is Dr_Alva_Plans. I went ahead and I purchased this pencil case in a beautiful forest green. I love this. The material, everything, the leather of it, how easily it opens. And I'm just going to take my things out of here. Now, this was a hard find because it was sold out when I found out that this was even available in the US. But luckily one day, now I always tell, my recommendation has always been, if you're looking for an item and it's sold out, whether you're shopping online, well, obviously if you go in person, you know, you can maybe work with the SA and whatnot, but if you're shopping online, just keep the browser open on that page and just always keep refreshing and refreshing. And that's exactly what happened. One day I pressed refresh on the Mulberry site, and sure enough, this popped up as available and I purchased it immediately, of course. So the inside is a little bit darker. I think there's a little bit, I use this a lot every day, so it is a little bit dirty. Just some things that like little papers and things like that. So this is the inside of it. So it's a little bit different. The material, it's beautiful with the gold hardware. I think this is just perfect. And I don't keep a lot of things with me on the go. I just have my uni pin pen, which is that oil-based pen for sticky notes, transparent sticky notes. I have this True and Tried, the only highlighter I think I use. Some scissors that are no longer available, unfortunately, from Papery Planning. These are just some tweezers for putting down stickers from Cloth and Paper. A little ruler, I believe, from Papery Planning as well. Oh no, this is actually from Poin and Hun. No, Paper Panda, sorry. Yeah, I've had this for a very, very long time. And then I can never have enough of these. I keep ordering these because I use these. I take these with me everywhere. This is a Tombow. This is a correction tape, and it's the really fine one. I love this one because I don't write big, and so I need a 2.5. It's just perfect for my handwriting. So yeah. Okay, so if you're able to get your hands on one of these, I would highly recommend. And they did have this one in black at one point, but I only saw that for overseas. So I'm not sure if it was ever in the US the US website, but either way, I love this. I think this is great. I think this looks really good with the black Mulberry as well as the oak Mulberry. And let me check if I have, oh, here it is. Good. I was hoping one of these still had the dashboard from Mulberry. You can kind of see that color, that forest green. I think it's just beautiful, just stunning. And I love how everything just really matches. Okay, so the next item I purchased from Mulberry was a pre-loved item that I can no longer find. Okay, so this is the clay color for, this one came out a couple years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. I honestly can't remember. It's beautiful. The color, like I said, is clay, and same idea. You know, this has been pre-loved, so you can see kind of a little bit of the love that it's received. And I know she was very, very loved. I purchased this from a fellow planner friend. I'm very, very grateful that my friend was able to part with this one. As soon as it was posted, I ran and I went, meaning when she was posting her D-stash in her stories, I ran to ask if someone had, you know, asked her about it. If not, I wanted to purchase this immediately. So the inside of this one is different. This one has the ox blood, which is also a color that came out, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. I honestly don't remember, but I love that this one has the the different color in the inside. So outside is clay and the inside is an oxbow, which is like a deep wine type of red, we'll say. Here, I'll just kind of show you a difference here so you can kind of see the inside of it. Again, 23mm rings, gold hardware. And, you know, this was nice to receive this because I was able to kind of see kind of the way my agenda would look in the future, right? So very, very grateful. I think she is a beauty. Again, something you can take. You don't have to baby this, because I did show at one point over my Instagram page an undyed Gilio that I was using, but it really got to me. I don't have it with me at the moment. I have it boxed up because, for example, I had these magnetic pins here. This, by the way, is from Aesthetic Paper Co. And this was marking it up. And I've had this for a while in my MM, and nothing happens to this, right? But over with my undyed, it was a problem. And of course, you can expect that. I mean, that's the way the undyed leather behaves. I just, for some reason, I just have this thing that I don't want to baby my planners. I just want to put things on here and enjoy the planner without worrying that it's going to get, you know, ruined or something, or that there's going to be a lot of change with the leather. I don't have to worry about these with these, and so I was happy to get this one so I can see how it would look, right, after a couple years. So I thought I was set. I thought I was all set with these 3 agendas. And then lo and behold, I don't know if I should put this here or not. Okay, I guess we'll just, it's getting kind of crowded here. I'll just go like this here, so you kind of see those 3 colors. I thought this was it. And all of a sudden, I saw this one, or I was contacted in regards to this one here. So this is a brand new color. This is a cashmere taupe, just recently released. I did check. Depends where you're checking for Mulberry. I've noticed that some Mulberry, depending on where you're located, right, they have them. But I did check today, and the US website does have this available, at least today when I checked. I don't know how long this is going to last, you know, because, for example, the pencil case flew. This went super fast, and I got lucky because after I purchased it, I hit refresh and it said sold out right away. So my recommendation is, if you see this on the website, this color, you think this is a color for you, go and get it immediately, because if it's going to sell out, that's it. Like, I don't know how long it's going to be till they restock. For example, the oak sold out, and the same thing. It still shows as unavailable as sold out. Okay, so yeah. And the thing with Mulberry is, for example, this color clay never came back. So this is something that you can't get anymore unless you find somebody who's willing to destash and to sell it to you pre-loved. So I did move into the cashmere taupe right away, and I shared the other agendas so you can see the inside that they have the oak color, but this one, it's one color. Actually, all of the agendas, with the exception of the oak, it has look, for example, the oak has one color inside and outside. It's all oak. But these are bicolors. Like, this is the black in the inside, oak in the, I'm sorry, black in the outside, oak in the inside. And then this one is the clay in the outside, and then the oxblood in the inside. But this one really got my attention because it is all the same color. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So this is where I'm at the moment. This one, I took it to work today. I just moved in yesterday. And that's probably why I also wanted to film this video, because I wanted to really show this beauty. There have been so many friends over on Instagram asking me about it because I shared a reel. I shared a picture today of the whole collection, which includes all 4 of them. And so, and I've been showing the pencil case for a while already. But the point is, I really wanted to showcase this beauty in case anyone is interested. Maybe it's a matter of time before it does get here to the US website, but I know I went on there today, and unless I accidentally clicked the UK one, all I know is that I saw it on there. So I think it's available now, and I think that if you're interested in this color, to definitely go ahead and purchase it. So the deco, very simple, okay? I have a couple items here, just, you know, working with what I can. I used to put stickers in here, but I decided to just keep my stickers here instead in this back pocket, because here I didn't have to cut them. So although I don't have the stickers popping out here, give that little extra deco, I figured let me just put like a little planner card here and a little magnetic pin there. And then the back, I'm just kind of showing you some pieces here. You can see this is kind of very similar to what I have over here, and in fact I kind of keep the same. That's the thing about me, I may switch from agendas, but because I do create similar setups or the same setups, I know I kind of have the same aesthetics for all of them. Even in my A5, if I go here, I have the same thing going on here. Okay, so it's going to be whatever I open is all set up and ready for me to jump in and use it if I feel like it. Anyhow, this is just a little bit, by the way, a little bit of my setup, but I wanted to share, maybe you've seen some of these stickers. These are from Papel House, and somewhat of a recent shop over in Etsy, and I love all her stuff, like meaning these are planner cards, these are stickers, but I left the back of the sticker on so that I can just you know, slip it in here. The same thing with this one here. All of this here, this is also from Papel House as well. That little card here, this is, you know, more personalized with my name. I'm just head over heels over all these items that I've been finding, these stickers I should say. I think there's another one in here that I have. No, actually it's over here. So the point is that I have just, there it is, this one right here. So yeah, I have this one. It says my name on there. I just love it. Again, I do want to show a more detailed flip through of how this is set up, because I have this, like I said, for work specifically. And at least from here, you could just see a little bit of the deco that I've been just kind of flipping through here. The stickers in the back, journaling card from Cloth and Paper. This is another one. This is actually a bookmark for a book bound, but I put it in there, just thought it was something, you know, something to put in there, and I just thought it looked cute. But yeah, so this is it for this, and I'm very, very excited to have it. One thing I wanted to say, and this is totally personal, let me see if I can show you here. So you see this pen loop here? It's, imagine with a pen there. The issue I have with this is that it's gonna bend your side tabs, and I hope you're ever able to see that. I'll do a close-up of that. You see, this is fine because it doesn't have any side tabs, but even if you turn this back, it's kind of an inconvenience. I will say my only issue with the Mulberry Agenda is this. I don't know what's going on with the pen loop, and then how, my recommendation would be to use top tabs. I'm not doing that. I'm not following my own recommendations because I'm obsessed with my side tabs. And what I decided to do with this agenda is actually just to keep this down. I know I can clip it, you know, like this, depending if I had like a smaller pen or something. Just kind of, let me see if I can, how that's going to look. Kind of clip, but that's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, and maybe a smaller pen. But the point is, what I'm doing, and we'll test this out, because this is the pen I use, is my True and Tried, and it fits in here too, by the way. It fits in here, so that's good news for me personally. But gotta squeeze it in. There it is, because it has like that type of material here, so no matter where you put it in, you're going to struggle just a little bit unless you have a wide pen loop, right? But anyways, it fits in, right? But when I close it, if you can see that, it is going to mess up my tabs, and I have to kind of prioritize tabs or pen. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use a pen for this new one. See, this one's kind of already out, so it's kind of, I try to bend it down, the pen loop, so it stays down. But for this one, because it's brand new, I'm just going to leave this down, honestly, and I'm just going to have this in my pencil pouch. And I know that kind of defeats the purpose of having a pen loop in an agenda, but I don't want my tabs ruined. In fact, when I received this this new agenda, it comes fully you know, stocked with inserts from Mulberry. The side tabs are always bent, so I'm just, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I love the way this looks, and it's just a matter when I close it to make sure it's downward like that, and then just close it, and then just make sure I have my pencil case here so I can put it in here, and then I can just take it out. I don't know, I'm still kind of wrestling with this. I'm gonna try it because I don't want, like I said, my tabs bent. Hope you can kind of see that there. Like, it's fine right now. One thing I did want to say though is that, I don't know if it's my imagination or what, but I just kind of felt like this new one was slightly wider, slightly. I noticed it because, you know, I'm using these agendas all the time. So when I was looking, I just kind of like, oh, this just seems a little bit wider somehow, right? So I don't know if it was just one that I received that seemed a little bit wider, but I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of feel like perhaps there was this idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, that there's been some issues with the pen loop, and so maybe the idea was to kind of widen this a little bit more. I'm not sure, but for now, like I said, either way, I don't think I'm gonna use a pen in the pen loop, just because I know it's kind of defeats the purpose, like I said, but I don't want my tabs ruined, and I don't want top tabs. Okay, so that is it for my planners. As far as what I'm using at the moment, home personal items, that still is very portable, and my work planner that I take with me to work when I go to work. Pencil case, so I shared the updated collection now, because now I'm up to 4 beauties. So yeah, I'm definitely sticking with the A6, and that probably should be my only planner, but like I said, then I start missing my monogram, and I just can't get this straight. So just bear with me as I continue my obsession here. So let's talk about journals. Okay, so this is the journal I started out with. This is the B6 Stalogy at 365 black cover. Again, stickers are from Papel House. 1, 2 I have here, and I did put these little, whoops, one fell out already. I was going to share my corners, and I must have lost it on the way over here, but I purchased these little corners from Amazon, and yeah, I promise you I had one on here. I have no idea where I lost it, but I do have a brand new journal in here that has it. Again, the Papel House stickers here. So this is what happened. I shared in the beginning of the year how I was going to use my Paul MM, which is this one, and this got too thick. I mean, look at this. So I've been journaling in this since December 25th. And I started doing a 1 page per day, but now I'm kind of doing this. Now, this is the end of June, so I have 3 days here, a 3-day spread, like a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Normally, I'm not going to show it because I do write, this is actually my planner burn book, where I write all my nonsense about my planners, and or just things that are going on, a lot of finance situations and whatnot, okay, related to my planner and my stationery. Okay, but anyways, that's, you know, full disclosure with what I'm doing in here. It's nonsense, but it's been very therapeutic for me, finding a place that I can really vent about how things are going, and not just planning, but just my organization in general and how productive I'm being. Okay, so I'm doing 4 days, meaning like, you know, 1 day here, another one here, then here, and then there would have been one here, but because I want to start the month, you know, on a fresh page for July, then I only have 3 days here. But this is the format I have now, just to give you an idea. Stickers are from Sterling Ink, and there's a lot of fluff here. So as I said, I've been journaling in here every single day since December 25th, and it got thick. Okay, and I do use stickers every single day, and this is kind of like how you can see it right there. This did not fit anymore in the Paul MM. And so I kind of I'm kind of in the middle here, because I want to continue in this, but I want to use my Paul MM, and the only way to continue using my Paul MM is if I switch journals, and that brings me to this here. Now this one, as I said, has the gold corners, both of them. That one, I promise you, I walked over here with both corners, and I must have lost it somewhere around there. So yeah, you do have to tighten these a lot, because let me see if I can. Now this one's really tight on here. This one, I remember other days it kept falling off too. But anyways, point being is that this is not this is the Sterling Ink lined journal, because while I do love a good grid here, it's a little bit light, and I've been complaining about this for a while, and maybe in my last video I kept going on about how light it was, but I'm sticking to it because I want to be consistent. But I am approaching July, and I have a choice: continue in here, of course, till December 25th and have a full year in here, or jump to another journal, which is the B6 Sterling Ink lined journal, which is this one. I kind of started setting up just a little bit, you know, like putting this in here, and then I was going to use it for June, but then I said, no, I want to keep going in here. I did try another journal in the A5 slim size, but honestly, I ended up using 2 journals. I ended up journaling in the A5 Slim, and then I ended up journaling in the B6 Stalogy, and it just got to be a bit too much. So I said, I'm just going to keep moving forward with my B6 Stalogy, because it's just, I just can't. Between planning and journaling and all the house things that need to happen, it's just not, it's too much. So I had to cut the A5 Slim journal, which I did have in my Emily cover. And I was sad to let that go. But at the same time, what I loved about this is that, you know, I can take this wherever I want. If I want to journal a couple things, you know, or talk about and I give myself some flexibility. Right now, I know I've been doing 2 days per page, but if I really want to do 1 full page, I can, right? So this is undated, except for the stickers that I add. And I bought these last year from Amazon. And these little days are from Sterling Ink from the sub box. Anyway, so the point is in July, I could jump into this line journal. I love the gilded pages here. It's just stunning. I'm really a gold girl, and this will, even if I use this every day, or I should say for the second part of the year, July till December, this should close without a problem. Okay, and it's perfect for it. It's just absolutely perfect for it. Whereas this one, I can no longer close it. So I don't know. I gotta decide. I would love your feedback, honestly. You know, option A, keep it moving and just finish off the year, even though it's not gonna have a cover, or jump into a new journal for July, which is right around the corner, and then I can use my Paul MM again and have a fresh start for the second half of the year. So that's that. Now I do want to talk about some other items I have here, because I have shared that I been using the Pocket Desk Agenda and the Pocket Plus notebook here. Now this was from Aesthetic Paper Co. And haven't been using it that much. And it's only because I use this for wellness. So if I make an entry here, it's a very short entry. It's not a very long entry. This is all I've used, which is not much. So I kind of have this, you know, if I want to, it's not something I check in all the time with. It's cute. I love the size. No issues with it. It may be later on when things calm down a little bit, because you think summers are supposed to be relaxing, but in my case, it's been a super hectic summer, running around from place to place, right? And so the point is, maybe when things do calm down, which I don't know when that's going to come, but if they ever do calm down, maybe I could go back in here and maybe journal a little bit more about my wellness and whatnot. But it's nice to have it. I think if I wouldn't have this and I wouldn't be so into this, then I could possibly give this more attention. I know that I thought about a little on-the-go notebook, but I am at the point where, like, if I'm going somewhere, I'm just going to take this with me and have my whole life in here. Okay, like meaning like an appointment or something. But this, I know this was also initially purchased for like errands and making a to-do list and everything. And perhaps in the future I could do that. But for now, I'm just kind of putting it to the side or reaching for it on a, you know, whenever I need to share things about my wellness. I also shared this cutie. This is the A6, a CP Petite. Oh no, it's not A6. Oh no, that's right, this B6. Sorry, see, look at this, I'm losing my mind. Okay, anyways, but the point is, this is a CP Petite. I'll stick to what it's really called, but I believe CP Petite is A6 though, yeah. And I have this is so beautiful. And this was another option I had. I'm thinking, well, maybe for 2026 I can use this. I'm not sure, but I wanted to use it for journaling. Again, that same little idea of like a little on-the-go notebook or even like a commonplacing notebook, but I don't want to manage too much. I want to be able to keep up with the stuff that I'm using, but I wanted to circle back to this because I know at one time I shared this cute little CP Petite notebook from Cloth and Paper. And so I just kind of, in case somebody's wondering like, hey, what happened to that? What happened to that? So I just haven't used it. I haven't used this one. I really haven't checked in with my wellness notebook, journal, whatever you want to call it. I've been consistent in this. Although I tried to, you know, go into the A5 Slim, that didn't quite work out. I decided to continue here, and now I have to make the decision of how to proceed with this situation I have that I just shared. And that's pretty much it, guys. I would love any questions you have, especially if you have any, you know, thing about my planning. I know I have to share detailed flips to kind of show what's going on in both of these here, but in the meantime, I wanted to at least give, you know, share something, share what I'm doing, where is my brain at, and kind of address this idea of wanting it all, right? Like meaning all three sizes, but it just doesn't work for me. I kind of feel that you're either in this alone and your whole life is in here, you're taking this everywhere, you're finding that big handbag or that tote and you're taking it with you, or you can split your life up between personal and work and let that be, right? So, and I'm going for the latter. I am going for this idea of having these two. And sometimes there are days I have this always open on my desk at home because I do bring it back home, but I don't always need to write in this agenda because I only teach twice a week, even though it's intensive, but it's still just twice a week. Like me, the courses are going a little faster and they're only twice a week for 8 weeks. But the point is that I usually only use this when I go to work and I do like my office hours, and when I get home I bring it with me just in case there's something I didn't finish, and because I don't want to leave this at work. I kind of feel like this is like my my little comfort planner, you know, if that makes any sense. And then when I'm at home, of course, I'm in this one. This one's always open, and I can just show you real quick here. It's always opened here. Okay, so I'll talk more about this, but it's always open to this. This is like my view all the time. All right, I think that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I think this went on a little bit longer than I expected to, and it probably got a little bit chatty, but again, let me know what you think about the journal situation. I'd love any feedback on that, and I hope you're all doing well, as I said in the beginning of the video, and thank you again for your support. Have a great day or evening.